Hello friends, I am Dr. Rajkumar Mishra from Rajiv Gandhi Government PG College of Bigapur. Today I will take the topic modal verbs in grammar, and I will also try to solve the exercise that is given in lesson number 9 of foundation course of UG second year students. So let me first define modal verb. Actually, modal verbs are auxiliaries that can be used with another non-modal verbs like main verb for the meaning like to express possibility, permission, intention, etc. is called modal verb. The modal verbs are can, could, may, might, shall, should, will, would, must, ought to, dare, need, have to. Let me correct this. Let me correct this. Is, actually, it is ought to, but comma is added with it. Comma should be omitted. Dare, need, and have to. Let us discuss the very important points to note about modal verbs, which are the verbs used after modals have only one form. They have no ing form and do not add yes to the third person singular form. For example, she can speak 3 languages. He will try and visit tomorrow. See, here for see, that is third person singular number, but after can, a speak has not added yes, or in try with he subject no is has been used. Second point, that is modal verbs are followed by infinitive of verb without to, or we can say the first form of verb and the exception of it are ought to and used to. For example, we must find a job. So find is infinitive without to, or we can say the first form of verb find. Actually, we know very well that the verb has 3 forms: present, past, and past participle. So it is, let me clear it, that after modals, the present form of verb is only used. Just you can see, we ought to stop smoking. So ought to is a model. Actually, to is not as infinitive. Second term, you should see before a smoke, the to is used. The example is, I used to smoke, but I gave up 2 years ago. Third point, that is very important. Just in present indefinite or in past indefinite. For creating question or interrogative sentence, we use do or does. But with modals, the use of do and do, does, or did is not necessary. It should be omitted, because These modals are already auxiliaries, so they need not. So we need not to use any other auxiliaries to construct the interrogative sentence. We must only bring the model before the subject. So this is the example. Can I invite Dithi? Should I have invite Dithi? And similarly, to form negative sentence, we should add only not after the model instead of using do, does, or did. For example, we cannot come tomorrow. We need not wait for me. The usage of model verbs. And here, the first model verb that I'm going to take is can. As you have seen, a model verb can be used for expressing many meanings. So here we'll try to discuss all the usage of can. First of all, I will take can. So see, first point is can has the meaning of ability. It expresses ability. Like I can speak Hindi well. What can you do? You cannot go out now. I can speak Hindi well. It shows the ability of speaking Hindi. Could is the past tense of equivalent to can in this sense. I could speak French when I was a child. So here could expresses the ability in past. Second point, can and may have the meaning of permission, both of seeking and giving, where can gives the informal permission and may is used for the formal permission. Just for example, can I use scooter? Yes, you can. May I go out now? For formal permission, yes, you may. Could is also used in this sense to show polite request. For polite request, we should use could. You can tell the story. So politer request is you could now tell the story. Another use of can is to express possibility. In this sense, it replaces may. Prachi can be home now. She may be home now. But see, when we see the degree of possibility, can has more and may has less. Where could and might in this sense indicate remote possibility, very less. Dithi could be home now. They might be home now. So here the possibilities of remaining Dithi or they at home is very little because at this time they have some another or some other engagements. May and might cannot be used in this sense. Only can and could be so used. So with remote to show the remote possibility, may and might cannot be used. For example, can he be home now? Could she be home now? So these are the example. Only in question can also express the sense of great disappointment mixed with anger. Why cannot Prachi eat her own dinner? So here cannot expresses a sense of disappointment mixed with anger. Another model that I am going to take here is may. So may is used to indicate something that is possible. That may or may not be true. He may have missed his train. They may well win. Another use of may is to seek or give formal permission. For example, may I come in? The answer, you may come in if you wish. Another use of may is express wishes or hopes. So may is used in optative sentence to express wishes, like may he rest in peace. Business has been thriving. Long may it continue to do so. May you live long. May you have a happy birthday. So these are the uses of may to express wishes and hopes. Now we'll discuss the use of modal verbs shall. So shall is used with first person I and we to talk about predicting future. For example, this time next year I shall be in the USA. We shall not be gone long. I said that I shall, or its past tense can, past form can be used, should be pleased. Shall is also used in questions with first person I and we for making offers or suggestions, asking advice. Shall I send you more money? What shall we do this weekend? Let us look at it again. Shall we? Third, it is used to show that determination or to give an order or instruction, command, threat, warning, and promise with second and third person. You, she, he, you, he, she, it, they, and now. He is determined that you shall succeed. And in that sense, shall is used emphatically when it is pronounced. Candidates shall remain in their seats until all the papers have been collected. But it is very notable here to inform you that in modern English, the traditional differences between shall and will have been disappeared. And shall is not used very much now. People are more likely to say, I'll be late. No, I won't. But shall is still used with first person in question or when you want to make a suggestion or an offer. What shall I wear to other party? Shall we order some coffee? I'll drive. Shall I? Will. This model is used for talking about predicting the future with second and third person. For example, you will be in time if you are hurry. How long will you be staying in India? By next year, all the money will have been spent. Another use of will is for showing that somebody is willing to do something. I will check this later for you. The example is, I will check this later for you. We said we would, or the present form will keep them. Both may be used here in this context. Another use of will is for ordering somebody to do something. For example, you will do it this minute. Will you be quiet? 4. For talking about habits. Prachi will listen to music alone in her music for hours. He will, or past tense would, can be used here, spend hours on the telephone. For command, threat, warning, promise, and determination with I and we, first person. Will is used for these expressing these meanings like command, threat, warning, promise, and determination. For example, I will see you, that is threat. I will help you, that is promise. and I will do this work, certainly. It is determination. So again, for future where shall is used with first person, I and we, and will is used for the second and third person. But when these meanings should be expressed like command, threat, warning, promise, and determination, it is just changed. Shall with second and third person, and will with first person. Now, I take another model, that is must. So must is used to indicate that is that something is necessary or very important, sometimes a rule or a law, and compulsion. For example, car must not park in car must not be parked in front of the entrance. You must not, and short for mustn't, say things like that. Prohibition. So negative of must with not or mustn't shows prohibition. I must go to the bank and get some money. So get a spelling GAT, it should be corrected to GET. Soldiers must obey orders. That something is likely or logical. You must be hungry after all that labor. You must have known what she wanted. It is also used to indicate strong possibility. Like for example, it's raining, it's rainy season. It is drizzling. It must rain. Would. Would like will expresses willingness. Would you help us? Yes, I would. Should. Should expresses desirability, duty, and obligation. For example, you should wear your seat belt. That is for obligation. He must. He should be at work now. It shows duty. We should aim at noble goals. It shows desirability. Another model that I'm going to take here is dare, which is usually forms negative and questions like an ordinary verb followed by an infinitive without to. It is most common in the negative. He would not dare to break his promise. I hardly dare to hope she would remember me. As a model, it is used in present tense, negative form, and is followed by an infinitive without to. I dare not tell her the truth. Exercises. Here we do the exercise. Fill in the blank in the following sentence, will or shall, in order to complete the future tense. Here I would like to express that when a student attempts a question, this is fill up the blank, he must write in complete sentence, and the word that he uses to fill up the blank, underline it. And it is not the good way of answer, it is the incorrect way of answer that he writes question number 1, answer shall. So if someone writes like that, he is totally on the kindness of the examiner. He may be awarded, otherwise he may be awarded 0. So to answer fill up the blank, he must write the complete sentence. So again, I will like to say here that shall should be used with first person, I and we, and will with the second and third person. I'll just read it here. A few examples. We shall all die one day. I am now 21. So in a year's time, I shall be 22. Will you be 30 on your next birthday? I think we shall. So for we and I, you have seen, shall is used, and second with second person, we use will. So it is very clear. When shall we? No. Who shall won the match? I shall have only 50 rupees. Let when I have paid all the bills. So spelling paid I is omitted. Please, it should be corrected. Will they be at the party? It will be evening by all the time we reach home. I shall be sorry to leave. So it is very clear that for second and third person, for so futurity, we use will. And with first person, I and we use shall. Now, we have the exercise with filling the blanks by using the modal verb like can, could, may, might, shall, should, will, must, or dare, suitable for the meaning given in the bracket. See first, desirability, should is used. Permission, that is formal because they're taken for office. May. Threat, shall. Possibility, may. Absence of courage, that is dare not. For compulsion, must. See the sentence, it is raining, I must take my raincoat. So here must for compulsion. Possibility, there is a strong possibility. So can is used. Can he be so foolish as to behave like this? Ability, here ability. But it is used in the past tense because talking about the second world, before the Second World War. So we use past tense of can, that is could. The country could build submarines before the Second World War. So the ability, but here we'll use the ability in the past. Second, willingness, that shows that model is used is would. Remote possibility, we should use here could or might, but by mistake I have used here may. So it should be corrected. It, in question number 10, it should be might. To show threat, which is you is second person, so shall will be used. Ability in past, could will be used. Polite request, for polite request we know could is used. Prohibition, must not. Visitors to the steel plant must not cross the railing put round the furnace. Prohibition, must not. Again, possibility. It is the very less possibility. We may still reach the place if we only run for half an hour. So possibility is there. Complete the sentence given below using ought to, should, or must, whichever you think appropriate. See the example. The student must do their lesson every day. They should not to forget their homework. Second example, you should not be late for your class. That is duty. You must be in the class on time for lecture. It is compulsion. Necessary. You must not hide from your parents. It should be parents. The wrongly spelling is misspelled. It is presents, but it should be parents. You must not hide from parents what they should know. We must wait until the traffic light changes to green. And last is, should the student eat groundnuts in the class? Thanks. That's all. I think this exercise and the lecture on model will help you to solve and understand the uses of models. Thanks. Thanks a lot.